Towards the end of 2018, Parliament passed the National Procurement Act, paving the way for reforms on how the country's public contracts are awarded. With the passage of this legislation, several activities were to have taken place as a result. These activities would have included the commencement of the National Procurement Act, the establishment of the National Procurement Commission, the establishment of the Authority to Pre-Commit Committee, and commissioning of the National Procurement website. Finance Secretary and Acting Chairman of the NPC, Ken Nangan, in addressing staff and stakeholders of the new entity, NPC, today, was pleased with the progress being made in line with the National Procurement Act, and especially pleased with the progress by the National Procurement Commission, which officially began operations today.
Creation and establishment of the National Procurement Commission represents the single biggest reforms to date for procurement and has been given force with its standalone legislation and with the creation of the new National Procurement Commission. The NPC, or the National Procurement Commission, replaces the Central Supply and Tenders Board. Committees of the National Procurement Commission will be delegated to replace the previously Central Supply and Tenders Board.
According to Finance Minister James Marape, the reforms within the finance and procurement sector are aimed at improving the delivery of services to the people of Papua New Guinea, with demand for improved services continually increasing each year.
May you remember that the reform we start here and the journey we are putting forward today is not about me or about Ken Nangan or about you, but it's about the future of our citizens of our country. Lest we forget, resources in every fiscal year is not sufficient to meet demands of all the needs of our country.
Under the National Procurement Act, which governs the NPC, a focus on local suppliers should be promoted, with contracts of up to 10 million kina to be set aside for local contractors only, which, according to Minister Marape, is one way of building the capacity of local SMEs.
As we embarked on this reform, I personally made it my business to ensure that we have in this Act of Parliament a special provision that encapsulates and entrenches local content in the law. And for the first time, it warms my heart that we have an Act of Parliament that speaks on local content. I want the National Procurement Commission to have a clear registry of all our local contractors, and if they don't have the capacity, give them a fair go. Give them a fair go. And let us, through this organization, build local SME. For Papua New Guinea budget and disposal of funds for our contracts runs up to 4 to 5 or 6 billion kina every year. I want half, if not all of them or most of them, to filter back to local-based SMEs who participate in contracts in our own country.
The change from the former Central Supply and Tenders Board to the new National Procurement Commission comes amid a backdrop of negative perceptions of the CSTB, with several allegations of corrupt practices within the CSTB processes, one that Minister Marape also addressed at the start of operations for the NPC.
I pray that this office will not facilitate corruption. May contracts with properly scoped contracts come in here.